guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Mansa Queen. If this is your first time here, you are absolutely welcome. To my returning subscribers, thank you once again for clicking into my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. Trust me on that. All right, so what do we have on the menu today, guys? Just take a look at your screens right now. Yes, so a little while back, I posted this on my stories and also as a part of my banana pudding video, and I was asking if anyone was interested in seeing how I make this delicious, succulent, better than Chinese takeout beef veggie stir fry. And I got a lot of feedback. A lot of people were like, Mansa, you have to hook us up with this recipe. So, I'm at your service. So here is my delicious beef veggie stir fry. You can adjust your spices to your own liking and have the family enjoy it. You can also use any meat of your choice. You don't just have to use beef. You can use chicken, you can use anything you want. All right, so without wasting much of your time, let's dive right into today's video. All right, let's go. To make our beef stir fry or pepper steak, of course we need some steak, and this is what I have. I got mine from the store and cut it up myself. You want to cut them into thin strips like so, thick enough for you to have a good bite, not too thin. And I have already gone ahead and washed it thoroughly. All right, this is about 2 pounds, by the way. And here I have my chopped peppers. I have the green bell peppers, yellow peppers, and also the red bell peppers. I think they all just give their own boost of color and flavor. And this is what I cut them into, kind of like cube shapes. Yes, they all bring in their own unique flavors and also add to the color and presentation of the food. So I have about one pepper each, and I'm also using 2 types of onions. I have the shallots and also the yellow onions, the sweet onions. They both bring in their own unique flavors. The shallots bring in a lot of body and taste, while the yellow onions bring in a little hint of sweetness. So the combination is epic. For spices, I am going to be using some fresh diced garlic. Yes, I just chopped them off really finely, and I also have fresh chopped ginger, finely chopped. There is nothing like garlic and ginger in a stir fry. And also I have some chicken seasoning. This is my chicken bouillon, and this is optional. This is homemade hot chili pepper. It is so hot, it's optional. And this right here is probably the most misspelled and mispronounced sauce, but tasty sauce. It is my Worcestershire sauce. Forgive me if I blundered and just messed up the name, but this sauce right here is so tasty, and I'm going to be pairing it with some low sodium soy sauce. Yes, I go for the low sodium kind because it tends to be really salty. So you're also going to need some sesame seed oil. Guys, you just need a little bit of this because a little goes a long way, but it's going to elevate all the flavors, absolutely. And more spices, I'm going to be using some black pepper. I'm going to grind it fresh. That way I will get all the flavors that I want from it. And here I have some salt, some garlic powder, and I will let you know what I'm going to be using it for, and some paprika to add color and taste to our steak. Now, I'm also going to be using some ground white pepper. It tastes just like black pepper, but has its own unique taste, and they pair beautifully. Yes, try using these 2 in your food, and you would love it. All right, for our thickener, I'm going to be using some cornstarch. Yes, we need all that thick sauce that we can get. Now, let's get into marinate our beef. I am going to be crushing some black pepper. Guys, try to do this whenever you're cooking instead of using the ground black pepper if you have it, and you will taste the difference of the fresh peppercorns. And to that, I'm adding some white pepper. And here comes my paprika. This is not hot, by the way. And then comes in my Worcestershire sauce. This has a hint of sweetness to it, and it's so beautiful. And here comes my soy sauce. Now I'm gonna also add in a little bit of salt because most of the spices that I'm using contain salt, and this right here is my hot pepper. Like I said, it's optional. And also gonna be adding some of my chicken seasoning. This is 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Oh, by the way, that's my garlic and also some fresh ginger. I'm only adding a little bit of that fresh garlic and ginger because I don't want it to burn while I'm frying my meat. That is why I tend to use the garlic powder instead, a little bit of it when I'm marinating. Okay, now you just want to give that a good mix. All right, now the reason why I added the cornstarch here is that it's going to help us form this beautiful crust. You would see it while I'm cooking it. It's going to form like a crust around the outer side of it, and also just going to give it this nice consistency. Now I am done marinating. I'm just going to cover it up and put it in the refrigerator for about an hour. You can keep it longer. And now it's time to cook. So in a wok, I'm going to add in some oil. You do not need a lot of oil, just enough oil to get that meat started. Okay. And once the oil is heated up, I'm going to add in my steak and start frying it. Now, a good tip is that you want to fry them in batches, because if you dump all of it at the same time, what you're going to get is the meat is going to start boiling, and you don't want that. So this is 1/3 of the meat that I have, and look at that, guys. I hope you're enjoying the live cooking sounds, because I am enjoying all the sizzle. And by the way, the consistency you see right here is because of the cornstarch that we had added. Now, my meat has been frying for about, I would say, 8 to 10 minutes. Yes, and this is what it looks like. It's beginning to look really nice. Can you see that brown color that we achieved by adding our cornstarch? Yes. So now we're pretty much done. You can just take them out, okay, set it aside, and we will continue to fry, because remember, I only started off with 1/3 of the steak, so I also have the remaining 2/3 to fry. So let's keep going. If you're enjoying this video, please give me a thumbs up, okay? Give me a thumbs up, and always feel free to share with your family. If you find a video helpful and you think another person can benefit from it, simply share. You can share on your Facebook, send it to your friends, on messages, feel free to share, okay? And this is all the steak. I've finished frying all of them, and look at what we achieved. Beautiful. I could not resist eating this at this point. All right, so in a clean wok, I am going to add in a little bit of oil. Okay, and I'm using vegetable oil, by the way. I don't use olive oil whenever I'm stir frying, because we're cooking on high heat and it just tends to give a really bad taste. So I'm just using regular vegetable oil. Okay, now once the heat up, I'm gonna add in my fresh chopped garlic, yes, and then my fresh ginger. Okay, at this point my heat is not high, because the last thing you want is the taste of burnt garlic and ginger in your food. It gets really bitter and not the best. So you just want to gently stir fry that for about just a minute or two, no more than that. I'm also going to add my sesame seed oil now. This oil is so flavorful and it's really potent, so just a little goes a long way. I'm only adding about 1 teaspoon, maybe a little more, okay? So add as much as you can tolerate. And then I'm crushing it, some fresh black pepper. This is peppered steak, so I am getting all those flavors in. Now I'm going to add in my onions, both of them. And then I'm also going to be adding in my peppers. Now, I don't like to overcook my vegetables whenever I cook, especially my peppers, because you're just going to lose all the nutrients in there. So I still like a little bit of crunch in my stir fry. So at this point, I have turned up my heat a little so that it will cook faster and not get burnt. Okay. And while that's going on, I'm going to get ready to mix in my cornstarch with some water, okay? This right here is about it's almost close to 2 tablespoons. I will put all the measurements in the description box, okay? And what I'm doing right here is adding in my soy sauce to those stir-fried vegetables. And look at that color, guys. And yes, I'm also going to add in some of my good old Worcestershire sauce. Yes, this is going to bring up a lot of flavor because we added it to the beef and we're also adding it to our stir-fry at this point. All right. Now, our meat, the steak, is also going to come in because we are almost done. So we need to let all these flavors just marry each other and mingle and become one. Yes, guys. And we are simply stir frying and blending in all of the steak and the vegetables. And it is now time to add in the cornstarch solution that we had made earlier, okay? Because adding this is what is going to give it that thick sauce that you want, because we're going to be eating this with some rice or just as is, and you want it to be, not dry and kind of have like a gravy to it. So this is what is going to give it to you. Now, in the event that you find that it's too thick for you, all you need to do is add a little bit more water and maybe adjust your spices if you so desire. Yes. Try this meal for your family, especially during this winter period where everywhere is cold, everybody's snowed in, and I'm telling you, they will love it. And here is a finished product. It's almost done, and as you can see, my vegetables are not even close to being overdone. They still have a lot of crunch. They have maintained their color, and you can see the beautiful gravy that we had created with the cornstarch. And we ate this with some white rice. If you're on a lower carb diet, you can eat it with some brown rice or even quinoa, So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. This is the end, and you guys already know the drill. Until I catch you with my next one, stay safe. I love you all.